What is up, financial family? It's your boy Financial Ebooks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic that I'll be discussing in this video today is in regards to President Biden's tax strategy, right? In regards to taxing people who make over $400,000 a year and not taxing people as much who make under $400,000 or at the base of $400,000 a year. The one thing you have to realize is that the reason this tax strategy is not going to work is because it falls within the confines of the Robinhood tax agreement, right? Years prior in history, the Robinhood tax agreement was basically brought forth so that the rich, the wealthy, were taxed more and the middle class weren't taxed as much. What did the wealthy and the rich do? The wealthy and the rich stepped up in that time because they understood that they didn't want more of their money taken away in the form of taxes, and they were able to find loopholes. They were able to find ways around the system in order to be able to protect their wealth, to protect their money, right? But what ended up happening with the Robinhood tax agreement, right? The Robinhood tax agreement was supposed to tax the middle class and the poor less, but what did it end up doing? It ended up flipping the script on them and taxing them even more. That is literally the equivalent or something very, very similar to what President Biden is suggesting when it comes to him saying that people that make $400,000 or less are going to be taxed as much as people who make over $400,000, aka the wealthier people on the spectrum, right? The top 5%, right? The one thing you have to realize is that at the end of the day, the reason this is not going to work is because the upper class, right? Not the middle and the lower class, but the upper class, the wealthier people, the reason they're not going to be able to be taxed as much is because they don't have a job. Let me repeat myself again. The reason they're not going to be able to be taxed as much is because they do not have a job. Therefore, they can't be charged taxes for income taxes because they don't have a job, right? The people who pay the most money, right, to the government in the form of taxes is the form of income tax, which is basically people that are part of the E and S quadrant, the employee and small business owner or self-employed quadrant. They're the people that are paying the most in taxes because they are producing income, which basically is either produced from them working for their own company for themselves or working for another person in the form of an employer, right? So therefore, that is why they're getting charged the most income taxes. And you see the people that own a business, the people that are on the wealthier end of the spectrum. Like I said, you're either a business owner, investor, or a combination of the two. Because you're not producing income in the form of a job, you don't have to pay that income tax, right? As a wealthier person, right, because of the business aspect or because of the investment aspect, right, which is basically portfolio income, right, that is not going to be considered under the tax concept of you being able to make income through income tax. Right? That is why they're not getting charged, plainly because they don't have a job, right? So, point is that it is going to be hard for President Biden to be able to enact that law or that suggestion that he has in regards to charging people who make over $400,000 more in taxes. The only possible way that he'd really be able to do that, in my opinion, would be through capital gains, right? For those of you who don't know what capital gains are, capital gains is basically a form of tax, right? That you can charge someone on income that they've made, right? In some form of another. Basically, mainly for people who are not in that E and S quadrant. Not that if you're not in the E and S quadrant, you can't make capital gains, but it's more for the people that are on the B and I quadrant, right? The way that you see a lot of people make capital gains, so for instance, some examples include real estate, right? When it comes to fixing and flipping houses, what you'll see them do is that you'll see people buy houses at a lower rate, and then from there they fix it up, right? Make the improvements that they need to make to the house, then they'll sell it for a higher price, get the money, and then from there they'll charge capital gains taxes. Right? Anybody on either part of the E, S, B, or I quadrant can do this, but you usually see people that are on the B and the I quadrant that do this, right? Another way that you can also get charged for capital gains is in the form of crypto assets, right? For instance, let's say you're an owner of Bitcoin or you're an owner of Ethereum, right? Dogecoin, Bullet, and so on and so forth, Litecoin. There's so many crypto assets, right? Let's say, because the one thing we have to realize is that the crypto market is volatile, right? The crypto market is volatile. So one day it can go as high as it possibly can go for whichever crypto asset you own, or it can go very low, right? It's very volatile, right? Point is that let's say that you're fortunate that you probably put in anywhere between $100 and $1,000 into crypto assets, and it skyrockets 1,000%, skyrockets 10,000%, and you make money. You can take out your earnings from what you basically made from your crypto asset going through volatility, but it skyrocketed in a positive way, right? The government will still charge you capital gains taxes on that. So point is that that is probably the only way that President Biden is actually going to be able to use, or the only way that he's probably going to be able to charge the wealthier more taxes. But if he's trying to go through the route of income tax, it's going to be hard because whatever wealthy individual puts down as their salary is how much they put as their salary. So it's really going to be hard for you to be able to charge their income taxes since they don't have a job. They have a business, right? They don't have a job. They're not working for somebody else. They're working for themselves. So therefore, they're not working, right? They're not working, at least in the form of a job. So it's going to be really hard to see that happen. But regardless of the situation, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the tax strategy. Just to tie it all back together, we have to be mindful, right? So when someone, whether it's the president or whether it's someone that's either part of the executive branch, judicial branch, legislative branch, makes promises to people, right? Tells the mainstream media what's going on and they're not telling you the full-on truth. These are the things that you have to be aware of, and these are the things that we talk about on this channel because we're trying to educate people, right? We're trying to make people aware of the things that are going on in society that your prominent figures that are part of the society are not going to fully come out and tell you, right? You have to be aware of all these things, right? So point is that, like I said, I'm going to be curious to see how he plans on doing that. But like I said, this ties back in regards to the Robinhood tax. The Robinhood tax, like Biden's tax proposition right now, was meant to favor the middle and lower class. But in all reality, all it did was ended up favoring the upper class. His tax strategy now is to be able to charge people who are making more than $400,000 more money on taxes than people who are making less than $400,000. It's going to be hard to really see how you're going to be able to do that without those people making income through jobs. But at the same time as well, too, capital gains is also another one of the options he has in order to be able to do so. So we'll definitely keep our eyes open and see if he's able to accomplish this. But regardless of the situation, you guys leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen with Biden's tax policy, and we'll move from there. This is going to be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel at Financial eBucks, FinancialEbuks. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. This is going to be the end of this video. Y'all take care. Stay soon. Bye.